I think that the guys that win come in first, and Tesla, Elon Musk has come in first in a lot of things that other people. Oh no, we're gonna hold back. We're gonna hold back. Good, hold back. Yeah, do that. This alone proved how vast Sandy Munro's knowledge is of Tesla, which makes his words worth heeding more than that. Sandy Munro is an automotive engineer who specializes in machine tools and manufacturing. He is famous for being a hands-on self-made American businessman and owner of Munro and Associates, which he is known as Sterner, innovator and famous for his lean design methodology, which has helped many major OEMs catapult their products to market domination. Times are changing, and some people say that the dinosaurs were eliminated by a big meteor, but there was still life left over. I think that the dinosaurs disappeared because they didn't conform to the new way of doing business or the new lifestyle that they needed to have, or couldn't conform to the change in the weather or whatever. And companies are the same way. They come and go if they're rigid and stay put. I think I mentioned this on another show. I think that business is like a parade. And if you decide to sit down in the parade, the elephants are in back of you, they're going to come forward and run you over, and you're going to wind up highway pizza. And that's what it does. I mean, that's how it works. The guys that sit around and wait to be second, they get their wish, and that may be what's going on. I don't know. But I will tell you one thing. I never had Tesla stock before, but I have people who advise me on what to do. And I just say, hey, look, do whatever you want. And now I own Tesla. Tesla Stock Munro's consulting firm has examined hundreds of cars, breaking them down to examine their construction. As you may already be aware, he is a fervent advocate of Tesla. The thorough evaluations are offered to suppliers and manufacturers who use the data to help plan, price, and enhance their products. In an interview, Sandy Munro dissects every top car on the planet, examining costs and technology from materials and components. He explained how Tesla became the industry leader in every drivetrain and electrical efficiency category for electric cars since the release of the Model 3 6 years ago. After the Tesla Investor Day earlier this year, there was a panel of people who talked about what Tesla was doing. Sandy Munro was one of them. In fact, he is about twice as old as anyone who was on the post-Investor Day panel. Munro has been involved in the auto industry for decades and is frequently able to assess key insights with his assistant Corey that others are not able to see. Munro also shared that he might change his mind if Elon Musk disappears. Furthermore, he observes no one or anything preventing Tesla. 3 points were emphasized by Corey from Munro Associates: vehicle design, battery powertrain, and the majority of automakers usually overlook manufacturing because it accounts for very little of the total cost. Tesla wants to be able to produce at a far larger scale than other automakers. Tesla presented in a highly technical manner. And Wall Street analyst Pierre Fugu claimed that institutional investors are not well informed about Tesla. This is problematic because institutional investors have a fiduciary duty to manage other people's money, and managing someone else's money requires being able to understand what a company is doing. Fugu also predicted that the compact car would be a scaled down version of the Model 3 with less intricate design and construction. Additionally, Sandy Munro stated that when customers can purchase a technologically superior Tesla compact car for $25,000, future generations won't want to buy Pontiac cars. In addition, Sandy Munro discussed something that Tesla had neglected to mention: the vehicle's motor. By switching to a hairpin motor, the vehicle will have 30 more power at a lower cost. This is a huge announcement from Tesla, and if you watch the video from Investor Day, you can see how the hairpins are welded together. Sandy Munro was sworn to secrecy and said that this was a huge deal, and Tesla demonstrated it on the videos. But it is worthwhile to listen to Sandy Munro and Corey, because just days after Toyota declared the Tesla model, right, to be a work of art, Sandy Munro stated that Tesla is about 6 to 8 years ahead of everyone else in terms of self-driving technology. All of Tesla's systems, including controllers and modules, are better than anyone's, and he doesn't see anyone catching up anytime soon. Sandy also stated that the reason other companies struggle is that they work in silos and nobody works together. Tesla works together like a hive mind. Corey, on the other hand, was a little less blunt in his assessment of the Tesla powertrain portfolio. Sandy refers to Elon Musk as the Einstein of our age, and Munro understood exactly why the event. Business was in disarray when Tesla slashed costs across the board. The latest pricing of Tesla price cuts were so large that some media outlets even began to refer to them as a price war or the use of profits as a weapon. It was widely believed that the price reductions were largely driven by supply and demand, as Tesla needed to secure enough orders to support its continuously expanding global manufacturing capacity. Sandy Munro's perspective is centered on manufacturing and costs, which explains why Tesla was able to reduce prices quite significantly. Munro and Associates' analyses based on multiple electric vehicle teardowns support this theory. For example, Sandy Munro stated that even the first conservative estimate on a vehicle like the Tesla Model 3 or Model I indicates over a 30 gross margin. In the case of the 2022 Tesla Model I, the difference between the price of $58,900 and the estimated cost of roughly $39,375 was nearly $220,000, or 33 of the cost. This means that Tesla achieved the lowest estimated cost in the electric vehicle industry, according to Sandy Munro. The company's thorough study covered nearly every component of the vehicle. It claimed that by counting every item, it was possible to determine the true cost of pricing in the market, which has long been Munro's primary business. Due to its intense focus on cost, Tesla was able to produce vehicles at a lower cost through a variety of strategies. These included creative ideas such as combining multiple functions into a single system, simplifying processes, taking on more internal development and production of some systems, increasing scale, and even altering the company's business model. According to Sandy Munro, Tesla will still be able to turn a profit from the sale of electric vehicles, and these earnings will be larger than those of other original equipment manufacturers. When all of the self-driving technology is taken into account, the gross margin may potentially exceed 40 in the future. Sandy has such a huge cost advantage over other automakers. According to Munro, the decision to reduce costs is anticipated to drive out or completely destroy rivals. Tesla vehicles will cost less than other makes and models. It is important to note that Munro has helped Tesla become a better business. When an early Model 3 assembly was disassembled, it became clear that Tesla's production processes were inefficient and the build quality was appalling. Tesla took note of the vehicle in issue and used the recommendations to rectify its inadequacies in the interim with regard to EV adoption. Based on his extensive travels and expertise, Munro feels that charging infrastructure is the barrier. Munro outlines the primary feature that sets Tesla apart from its competitors in the charging infrastructure market, claiming that there is little likelihood of success if you do not have a Tesla charging system because they always function. Munro's personal testimony highlights the dependability and practicality of Tesla's charging, highlighting its critical significance in facilitating long-distance travel and examining Tesla's technological innovations. Munro protects the cutting-edge software and electronics of the business. He highlights that Tesla has established its dominance in the sector by being 5 to 8 years ahead of other automakers. Munro also emphasizes Tesla's inventive use of massive castings, which have streamlined production procedures. When addressing Tesla's future, parts and operations are being reduced. Munro conveys faith in the business's capacity to sustain its edge, which is recognized for its lightning fast pace. As other manufacturers battled to catch up, Munro expects that Tesla's market share will continue to expand as a result of its relentless pursuit of advancement. Make sure to subscribe for more. Tesla is innovating at previously unheard of rates, leaving competition in the dust.